Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Richmond Ballet in Real Time. I'm your host, Valerie Tellman-Henning, and I am delighted today to introduce to you one of Richmond Ballet's newest Board of Trustees, Daphne Maxwell Reid. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. I'm delighted to be here with you.
Excellent. Thank you for carving out a little bit of time today. I want to start off telling our audiences a quick memory, my first memory of working with you. It was way in 2008, and you partnered along with the late James Avery in our very first production of Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream.
It was a thrill. It was a thrill.
So we partnered Richmond Ballet with Richmond Symphony and the Virginia Opera. It was an incredible production, and I remember when artistic staff came in the room and told us who was going to be narrating. And honestly, I'm not even sure Stoner had really ever seen an episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but let me tell you, every dancer in the room was a child of the 90s, and we knew exactly who you and James Avery were.
Oh, great.
So it was an incredible experience. We were in the midst of superstars. And I'm curious, tell us a little bit about your experience with that 2008 production.
I thought it was one of the most glorious combinations of the arts in Virginia. It was a thrill to be a part of it. I mean, I was as excited as you say you were. I was loving working with James because he was a Shakespearean scholar. So he knew exactly what these words meant that I had read before, but had really not interpreted. But when you guys started rehearsing and I started seeing movement of Puck, and oh, it was just glorious, absolutely glorious. And I said, it's a really good ballet company here.
Well, thank you. Daphne, this past year, you joined Richmond Ballet's Board of Trustees. What sort of fueled you to participate with our organization? I'm curious what surprised you since being on the board, and also what you've learned about the ballet or arts in Richmond, Virginia, because of this experience.
I knew the Richmond Ballet, besides working with you guys in 2008, I had been attending the studio performances, and I think I went to see the Christmas performance of
the Nutcracker, probably.
Nutcracker, yes, once while I was in Virginia. I don't have young children, so I didn't have the pull to go see the Nutcracker.
Right.
And I was so impressed that you had such a diverse group of ballet performers. I mean, and I was really impressed with the athleticism. I had never paid any attention to that part because I'm used to seeing traditional ballets like Swan Lake, where I think of ballerinas and the but I had never seen the modern versions of ballet except at studio. So I was really impressed with you guys, but I was concerned that when I was in the audience watching, there weren't a lot of people of color there. And I was concerned the community didn't know how wonderful you were. So that was kind of my impetus about joining the board, was to hopefully get the community more involved in participating in the ballet.
Excellent. Well, we can't thank you enough. We love having you on the board, and exactly we really want people to feel like, you know, they belong there, that everyone belongs at the ballet. And I know it's really important to Stoner that everyone be able to see themselves on stage, because everyone should be able to dream and believe that they can do everything. And so that's wonderful.
Yes.
Thank you. Um, can you tell us a little bit about why you moved to Virginia and you established a studio here and you've continued to base yourself here in Richmond, Virginia? Did you grow up here or what's your tie?
My tie is my husband, Tim Reid, who was born and raised in Norfolk, Virginia.
Oh, I didn't know
And
that. Very cool.
when we were living in Los Angeles, where we got married, we were working and working and working and working and working and working. And we were so blessed to have shows back to back to back to back on television, but we were exhausted. So we decided, well, let's go visit Virginia. And he started a scholarship here at his alma mater. So we would come and plan the fundraiser. And we kept coming back to Virginia. We said, well, why don't we find a place in Virginia and live here? We can travel to LA when we need to. And that's what we did. We bought a farm in Charlottesville. And we had, oh my God, it was fabulous. We were up there for many years on a farm, and our business manager finally said, you guys really like that farm, don't you? Said, oh yeah, we're having a great. He said, well, somebody better go to work. So Tim went and started doing Sister Sister, and then I was asked to audition again for the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So I started going back, and we went back and forth living in Charlottesville.
Wow.
And I did all Fresh Prince while I was living in Virginia.
Oh, really? Oh, that's what a neat little backstory. I didn't know that.
Yeah. And then while we were there, we were on the farm. He was creating projects and shooting films and doing things. He said, Virginia needs a studio here because we don't have a place that we can work. And we got some business people together and built the studio down in Petersburg, where they gave us 54 acres of land. And we put a bunch of millions of dollars down there and did some wonderful work. And then when the whole paradigm shifted of people, our clients needing to go to a state that had tax credits, our state wouldn't legislate tax credits. So we lost a lot of our clients. We said, let's give this up. We sold the studio.
Wonderful. Can you tell me your top 3 favorite things about Richmond or Virginia? Because you guys have been all over.
I like the pace. Richmond is a big city, but a small town. And I like that. And I like being able to be involved in a lot of different aspects of Richmond. It's close enough to an airport that I can get wherever I need to go. And it's got a huge arts and culture community here, very vibrant. And I love participating in all of that.
Excellent. In your opinion, what do you think it is about art and music and drama and dance that during this kind of crazy time that we're living is continually pulling people in, especially now? Why do you think that is?
Number one, they've paused in their lives because they've had to. And they realize that the arts and culture create a heartbeat for their lives. It is stimulating, soothing, it is inspiring. There's so many aspects of emotion and mental sanity that is assuaged with the arts. So I think everybody's reaching for something to pass their time or get excited about or share with someone in some way. And we're able to do it online now a little bit. We still like to get together and hug, but that'll happen again soon.
Yes. I saw a little interview sort of that you did, and you said that you live by PIP, passion, integrity, and purpose.
Yep.
I love that, Daphne.
Oh, well, that's the only way to live. I mean,
I love
really
that.
got direction that you want to move you and your family in.
Mm-hmm.
And you have been given your purpose by whatever God you called God.
Mm-hmm.
And that purpose needs to be fulfilled or you're going to be wandering.
Yes.
And put a little passion behind it and make sure you keep the integrity of what you're doing and not selling yourself to the other forces. And
That.
you'll joyful travel through this life. The journey is the thing.
Yes. Stoner
Yeah.
always says that it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. I love that. And it aligns so closely with.
Yeah, my books and my outdoors is to inspire you to notice all the details along your journey so that you make a rich journey along your path to your destination. Because once you get to your destination, you have to decide on another destination.
That's right, the next step. Okay, so we talked a little bit about Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and I'm sure most of our viewers and audiences have now noticed. They're like, oh yes, that is Aunt Viv. Can you just tell us, you've given us a few little sneak peek behind the scenes stories, but do you have a favorite memory from that experience?
Yes, I have several, but the first memory that I have is the first day that I went on set. I was a new cast member in a cast that had already been working together for 3 years. So I was a newbie, but I was more experienced than half the cast on there because I've been working in television for 15 years. So when I got on set, you don't know how you're going to be received.
Mm-hmm.
I walked in my dressing room and there were, I don't know how many dozen red roses from Will.
Oh, wow.
They opened their arms to me like I was an old friend. They treated me with such respect and deference. They made my ease into that family very, very, very easy. And it was joyful. I mean,
wonderful.
those folks, they're still family.
I'm dying to know. I've always had such a crush on Jeffrey. Was he wonderful to work? And I heard like he's not British, or
he is British.
He is British. Okay. Okay.
He lives in London.
Okay.
Yeah. He's always lived in London.
Oh, wow.
And we went, James and his wife and Tim and I went to his wedding in London.
Oh, neat.
Oh, we had a ball.
Oh, I bet. That sounds fabulous.
We had a ball.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, well, speaking of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, I couldn't find my neon hat, so this hat will have to do, but I'm channeling my inner Will to be as engaging and inspiring and fun as he is.
You're doing a great job and always have.
Thank you. Let's do some lightning round questions so people can get to know you a little bit more.
Okay.
Jazz or classical?
Both.
Oh, good answer. Meat and potatoes or a foodie option?
Foodie.
Oh, good for you. Okay, you said you were a big traveler. Favorite top place you've traveled to?
Morocco, Marrakesh.
Oh, very cool. Carlton or Hillary?
Oh, they're my children.
I know. That's right. No mom can ever choose.
Children. No.
Tea or coffee?
Tea.
Okay, just like Jeffrey. Big party?
No, chai tea.
Oh, chai
like
tea.
chai.
Nice. Tea, I'm sorry, big party or dinner party?
Oh, dinner party.
Excellent.
And
both. So
I'm
both again.
I love parties.
Old school books or Kindle?
Oh, old school books.
I love it.
No Kindle.
iPhone, Droid?
iPhone, all
Excellent.
Mac. I've been a Mac since 1982.
Oh, the original, the OG. Modeling or acting?
Both.
Oh, good. But your answer, you're both for quite a few.
They're very different. Modeling is, to me, mindless. And acting is more engaging.
Oh, Very good. Well, thank you so much for carving out time today to join us on Richmond Ballet in real time. And I think our audience has got to know a little bit about you and why
Okay.
Richmond Ballet holds a little special place in your heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
It,
I know I speak on behalf of everyone. I want to thank you for your generosity of time, but more importantly, your generosity of talents at Richmond Ballet. We've really enjoyed having you be in the audiences, be a part of our productions, and now being a part of the future of Richmond Ballet. And I just can't say enough. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
oh, I'm so glad that you're still there, that you didn't run away.
Yeah.
I talk about my favorite performance that you did.
Oh,
Always struck me as, oh my, she's incredible. You sneaked out of a box as a snake, and it was divine. It
well,
was
thank
just
you.
gorgeous.
You don't know what that means to me. I only did the snake 1 year, and it was heavenly.
Fabulous.
Thank you.
I will never forget that. It was
Well, you know,
beautiful.
I actually ended up doing it with my now husband, so he made it easy.
It was gorgeous.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
thank
And
you, Daphne. Thank
on
you
both
so
of you.
much. Thank
Be
you.
well, sweetie.
Thank you so much. Mwah. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
We hope you enjoyed another episode of Richmond Ballet in real time. If you'd like to learn more about Daphne, be sure to check out DaphneMaxwellReid.com. Visit Virginia, Richmond Symphony, and the Virginia Opera. Remember, stay home, stay positive, stay engaged, but above all else, dance like nobody's watching.